Hello and welcome to USA Global TV. I am Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and you may know me as a TV and radio show host and the founder of USA Global TV. I'm here just to talk to you about something new that I'm doing. Today's the first day. Every day after I broadcast, I will be meeting with you for 8 minutes for a very short lesson as the listening mentor. I left a corporate career of just about 30 years where I had fabulous opportunities. I had a six-figure income. I traveled the world. I had incredible benefits, and I learned so much. And I decided during the pandemic to leave all of that and go out and pursue my dreams. What you might not know is I am a certified life, career, yoga, and meditation coach. And many times over the course of my years, people would tell me information about themselves that was confidential that they might not share with anyone else. And so I was always told I was a great listener. And so why I'm here today is to talk to you as Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, the listening mentor. I'd like to share just a brief story with you that hopefully will convey something about the power of listening. And when you are an excellent listener and you do become fully present and engaged with what someone else is saying, it can really help for incredible, very deep relationships in both business and in your personal life. This week, today, tomorrow, and Friday, I will be talking about the listening languages. And today, our focus is on how men listen. So my story for you is that I was in my corporate career, and it's no secret I've had ulcerative colitis since 1991, and this has had a major impact on my life, especially in business, trying to keep it confidential in that, you don't want to go into a business meeting and let people know that you've got this issue because people form judgments and they may not even pay attention to what you're saying, just has been my experience. So I was in for a review with my leadership, and one of the executives looked at me and said, "Do you think you still have the energy to do this job?" And the room was filled with people. It was all men. I think there was one woman. And I remember feeling so offended and so taken back. And you might be wondering, what does this have to do with listening? Well, I had already explained to the gentleman that I have these health conditions. And of course, the first response was, "Have you tried taking Pepto-Bismol?" So that was kind of the telltale sign, because when you have an illness like ulcerative colitis, no, I'm sorry, but Pepto-Bismol is not going to work. So as the conversation continued, I realized that no one in the room was really listening to what I had to say anymore. In fact, their focus was on my energy level instead of what I was trying to tell them that was related to my energy level. So I learned very quickly that people hear what they want to hear, and sometimes they just tune you out. So I don't know if you've had this situation before. So during the 8 minutes that we will spend each time that we meet, I will share a different story about listening. And then I'll encourage you to think about an opportunity in your life when maybe you felt like you weren't listening potentially, or you weren't being listened to. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how men listen. So if you think about the brain, you think about the wiring in the brain, men have the ability to compartmentalize a lot of things. So whereas women, we might have a lot of neurons spurring all the time and we're doing 50 things at the same time, men are able to put things into compartments. And so when they put them into compartments, many times, and of course this is not all men, but many times men will put you in a compartment. They'll put their business in a compartment. They'll put their sports in a compartment. Everything's in a different compartment. And so when you have a conversation, they may think that they already know what it is that you're going to be talking about. So they're not fully present because they think they have the answer. And again, this is not picking on anyone. This is just different listening styles. Another listening style would be that men typically like to solve a problem. So they'll be listening for when can they jump into whatever it is you're saying and help solve the problem. Tomorrow we'll be talking about how women listen. But in many cases, a woman just wants the man to let her talk so she can get everything out there. And the man's looking for the hook. Okay, where do I come in on this? Another difference is that, in my experience, this happens so many times in corporate America. I like to tell a good story, a true story, but a story nonetheless. And I would see sometimes in men's eyes, executives or coworkers, they were kind of like, get to the point of it. So women like to be able to share, and they want their audience to be fully present. And men are more like, get to the point. I don't want to hear the whole story. I've got 100 things I have to do. So they're just some tips that maybe will help you with your relationships when you're thinking about how you interact with other people. I'd like to share with you that I have a wonderful opportunity for everybody to really learn some tips for business and for personal that can help you have better relationships. Maybe you missed out on a deal in business because you didn't actually hear what the other person was saying. Maybe you went into a relationship where you were only listening part of the time and your partner was trying to tell you who they are and what it was that they needed from you. I had this happen to me in a relationship, and when the relationship was over, when I ended it, the other person said, I didn't realize that you were so unhappy. And I said, well, that's really kind of sad because I told you over and over, I tried showing you over and over, but you weren't actually listening. So the point of this fabulous opportunity, this seminar that I have, the power of listening, is that you learn the skill and art of listening. And when you learn to listen, I promise you, your life is going to change dramatically. In the broadcasting work that I do, I have people come on every week, and some people would like to just take the entire 30 minutes or 40 minutes and just do all the talking. But that's not really engaging for the audience. But I'm intently listening the whole time they're speaking. There's no script. I want to make sure that I'm fully present and I'm there for them because they have a story to share. So I know you all have a story to share, and I hope that you will take this journey with me and join me each night, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday after my broadcasts, so that you can have 8 minutes of listening lessons. Please do join me for the seminar. All you have to do is go over to my Instagram, which is Dr. Jacalyn, and you too can sign up for this fabulous seminar that is only $30 right now until next week. Thank you again for being here. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, and remember, listen. It makes a difference.